that sound? Whoa. What'd you knock over? Not the candle.
Not my phone.
Oh, not the phone. Oh, God, not the phone.
I gotta have that for my research purposes.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, y'all, what the siren is saying is this is a Kate 911.
This is a Kate 911.
I know that KATEGATE is trending.
KATEGATE.
KATEGATE.
I mean, there's so many Kate hashtags
I know.
trending on X.
So many, and I know we need to talk about it, and we have been.
We have.
We've been talking about in the sense that, like, this is what we think medically is going on. This is what we assume to be true.
Yeah.
And I have very firmly believed the palace, Kate herself, when she says what she says, right? When she says, I'm going in for an abdominal surgery. I'm going to be out until Easter. It's not Easter yet. I don't know why everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
You're like, this was the official statement. Why are people panicking?
That's what I'm not understanding about all of this. And I need someone to tell me why. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Abdominal surgery.
Yeah. Oh, not heartache. Yeah. Abdominal ache. Abdominal ache.
Tummy aches.
Yeah. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a tummy ache.
There it is.
We got there.
Yeah. You can cut out the other one if you want or keep it in.
Keep it in.
Yeah.
But I need someone to explain why everyone started freaking out like 2 weeks ago when we were told we wouldn't really see her till Easter, which is still 2+ weeks away.
Correct.
So I don't understand. And so as y'all, if anybody has been on the internet in the past 2 weeks, you have seen my mother's texting me.
Yes.
My sister's texting me. Our friends are texting us. Matt is saying, have you heard about KATEGATE? What's going on?
They left P. Diddy Gate and came to KATEGATE.
But as you all know, we have an official royal correspondent here in the All That to Say studios.
That's right.
Who has been researching this since a very young age.
Very.
Her Catholic name is Elizabeth, which is so embarrassing, but it is.
It's the least embarrassing thing that I do in my psychosis with the royals.
It's true.
But I do. Obviously, I love her. I'm obsessed in the real way, not just the way influencers use it when they're talking about a pair of socks.
Yeah.
But I do love her very much, and I stood outside for 7 hours without peeing just to meet her.
I know. Like, you've actually met this woman. You've had a conversation with her.
Yes. So let me just start here. There are a lot of people like me who do obsess over the royals, obsess over Kate. I follow many of their pages.
Yeah.
And all of us collectively, the deepest of the deep obsessors, are not concerned.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to watch people who have never given a crap about her.
Right.
Or even worse, or have been like mean to her.
Yeah, or like dogging on the royal family.
Or dogging on the royal family or the monarchy in general, whatever.
Yeah.
Who are now going viral for their coverage of her.
Correct.
And pretend concern for her.
It is so faux concern, I can't.
That's what's annoying me, I think, more than anything. And it's for clicks and likes and to go viral and all the things. And what I said yesterday on my stories was, I could be milking this.
You could.
I could be milking this. I could buy into all of the hysteria and all of the conspiracy theories, and I could be doing series after series after series, and I could probably blow up because I have already gotten the time with her. I have the picture.
You could be using that footage, using the pictures, talking about your adventures in London and all of that, and it would just add to your credibility, I think.
Exactly. And I think that I could have really been milking this and could have made it a very big thing. Mm-hmm. But the point is I don't believe it. So I don't believe the conspiracy theories. I genuinely think that she did go in for a surgery. Mm-hmm. Now, the planned word was very interesting used, and we've already covered that.
Yeah.
When your bowel exploded, you had a planned surgery for 30 minutes later.
I did. I had a planned surgery for the next morning at 7 a.m. That was the planned surgery.
When my appendix was erupting, there was a planned surgery for 2 a.m.
That's right.
But we decided that at 12:31 or whatever. So I think it's a very interesting use of words, and I think that a lot of people are hung up on it. But I think any surgery where they go, we're going to do this, can be called a planned surgery.
A planned surgery, yeah.
So at first we're thinking, okay, it's lady bits being repaired. It's a diastasis recti, all that. Now people have floated theories out to me that at least we're coming from like a factual basis. Could it be a transplant? Could she have had some sort of kidney failure and maybe needed a transplant? And the reason why they're keeping it hush-hush is because it's not necessarily fair for her to be bumped to the top of the list.
Oh.
Right? And when other people are waiting, but maybe that's why they're keeping it under wraps.
Transplant. Now that is something because that would require such a long hospital stay.
Correct.
So that is a theory to me that would make more sense.
Absolutely.
It can't be, I'm sorry, anyone that is saying she had a facelift or any kind of like implants or anything cosmetic.
Yeah.
I have completely dismissed. There is no way this woman would ever do that.
No.
Princess Kate would not do it. Not saying she wouldn't want to, but she wouldn't do it because she knows she'd be under the microscope.
Yep.
She doesn't want to be talked about in that way.
No.
This is not the energy she's trying to put out into the world.
She is someone who is deeply private, especially about the body-related stuff.
Yes.
So remember in Harry's book, when we talked about this, when we did our spare review, how Megan had said something alluding to like, oh, well, that was just baby brain.
Yeah.
Kate had baby brain. And Kate was very upset about this. Mm-hmm. Do not talk about my postpartum.
Nope.
We are not cool enough and close enough for that conversation to happen.
No.
She doesn't like that. And so I understand why she is deeply private about something having to do with her medical stuff, which a lot of people are, by the way. Like I've said, the amount of people on semaglutide who aren't even talking about it, and that's a shot for weight loss. Like if she was undergoing something that had to do with butt stuff, like whatever, like, I can see why she'd want to keep that private.
It's private.
Yes, we don't walk around saying, what antidepressant are you on?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people keep that close to their chest too. But that's the thing. I do believe that people understand in their brain, like, things can go wrong in a surgery. There can be complications.
True.
There could be a huge recovery that they weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Everyone understands that, but when it comes to this, they have all common sense has gone. Mm-hmm. It has left the building. And so now they're just jumping on all of these theories. I think it's just fun, exciting. I don't know.
I think it is exciting for people, but the PR team knew she would be, out of sight for many, many weeks. And so they tried to come out ahead of it and say, she's doing a planned surgery. Y'all are not going to see her till Easter. No need to panic. This is what's going on. They told us as much as she felt comfortable telling.
And they would update us if there was something big.
Right.
If there was something big, they would let us know.
So what has happened in those couple of weeks that now everyone has truly become unhinged with this?
I think
we are talking affairs. Yes. We are talking illegitimate children. We are talking somebody got strangled. Somebody killed themselves. We are talking pregnancies. We are talking theories that have gone cuckoo.
Dead, missing, kidnapped. I mean, there's so much going on. And so if let's say it was a transplant, okay? Then you have to be there for a long time. You can't be around other people, right? Mm-hmm. So my friend Heather and a nurse, sister-in-law or something, they floated this out to me. All right. Then I was thinking, well, could it be something more colon related, which we had discussed? We had discussed like bowel. I was about to say Colin Powell because I was thinking Colin Bowell. No. She now goes by Colin Powell. This is our code word for Kate. Colin Powell. Instead of Colin Bowell.
Colin Bowell. How is no one?
I don't know, but that's funny.
That is good.
We need to post a picture of her and like his face on her butt and be like, it's not a BBL, it's Colin Bowell. Okay. So now I'm thinking like, all right, let's say it was more bowel, colon related, and she needed to have a colostomy bag.
The colostomy bag, yes.
Now, my nephew Ethan was born with something called Hirschsprung's disease, and so I'm well versed in colonoscopies, and then colostomy bags because he had to have one.
Okay.
And, they lived with us. And so I had to learn how to. Now, Joy taught me how to like change it and clean it and everything. And it is wild to see the end of your colon coming out of a bag.
It's
crazy. Like a part of your body is on the outside of it.
Yes.
An internal part is on the outside of it.
Yeah.
And there's a bag and it's collecting all the things and it is intense.
Yeah.
It's intense. And
some people have them for just a short amount of time.
Some people have them for a short amount of time and then you go in for the resection and they put it back together. And so I was also like, that's a good theory too.
Yeah.
Because she might not want to be seen. She might just like, it's kind of hard to disguise the bag and certain clothes and outfits.
And she's so thin that like it would kind of stick out. Yeah.
Yeah. And like that's a huge thing to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Now he was just a baby when this all happened, so he didn't have to be the one to care for it and all of that. But it's a definitely interesting theory, and it would also match with the timeline.
Yeah.
So you need to be in the hospital for an extended period of time. They need to make sure that everything's okay, that you don't get an infection and all that. And then you're learning how to live with that, and then hopefully everything can kind of regulate itself. You go back in, they put it all back together, the bag gets removed, and you move on your way.
And a lot of people don't, as you said, like there is, y'all know we talk about anything on this podcast. We talk about the farts, the poop, the bowels, everything. The prolapse, like all of it, right? But a lot, maybe most people are not going to want to share. And especially if you're like a member of the royal family, you're not trying to be like, my colon's hanging out of my abdomen.
Yeah.
So they're not going to want to get into those nitty gritty details.
And that's okay.
Yeah. She's allowed to.
She's asked for that. She's asked for that. And so I think, well, okay, that's an interesting theory too. All that to say, I just believe that there are enough possibilities for her to have a planned abdominal surgery, and we can call that stuff down there abdominal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then, because it is coming out of your abdomen, if that were the case, and then it would take a long time to recover, and you might not want to be seen in public because of it. So there's enough there that I just intrinsically believe them.
Yes.
I believe them about this.
Yeah.
What happened? The hysteria really reached fever pitch because apparently no one read that original, blurb.
I guess not.
When William had to pull out of King Constantine's memorial.
Yes.
His godfather, he was going to be speaking at his memorial and he had to pull out very last minute and he said it was a personal matter.
Oh.
Okay.
I missed that.
So some people thought, oh gosh, is this Kate? Has she collapsed?
Yeah.
Has she gone missing? What is it? Why would he ever pull out of his own godfather's memorial? Now, for the record, he was at the funeral just a couple days ago. He went to the funeral. It's not like he's had beef with them or something all of a sudden. It just, on that day, he pulled out of the memorial last minute. At almost the same time is when this man, Kingston, who was married to Lady Gabriella, shot himself, killed himself, and he died. Okay? So right around the same time. So at first I thought, oh, maybe he pulled out because he heard about Kingston's death.
Okay.
But it ended up that it didn't overlap the timeline.
Okay.
And so it did seem like he pulled out because of a personal matter. And people just automatically, because we still haven't seen Kate, thought it's because of Kate.
Maybe you're right that it's the timing of this unfortunate, thing that happened with this man who took his own life.
Yeah.
That people want to find scandal. They want to sensationalize, and anything connected with the royals, it's like, well, did they know each other? How close were they? Did he know Kate? He used to date her sister.
Yes, Thomas Kingston did date Pippa.
Dated Pippa. So
but 10 years ago.
He knew secrets about Kate. Yeah. And so it kind of took on a life of its own. So maybe it was when that happened.
Yeah. It was the pulling out of the funeral or memorial.
Because I'm trying to understand, like, why has everyone lost their mind?
And then Thomas Kingston. And they were buddies. They were friends. Now, Lady Gabriella is the actual, like, bloodline royal connection there.
Okay.
But he dated Pippa a decade ago. And so I would think that maybe Prince William and Kate might have been closer to Thomas Kingston than even the royal side of it, than Lady Gabriella. Yeah. But they all knew each other. I believe Lady Gabriella was like second cousin to King Charles, maybe, or is second cousin. But it's all a murky situation over there. But ultimately, like, this man was a service member, Thomas Kingston.
Yeah.
He was in battles, and he lost, I want to say, 22 men in his troop, and was...
That is like PTSD to the max.
Yes, it was a very...
He saw terrible things.
He saw terrible things.
Yeah.
A lot of his men died, and I think he came back like with that survivor's guilt.
Yes.
And probably PTSD, and maybe, I don't know if he was getting help or not getting help, but there's enough there to say this man may have truly killed himself.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
I mean, I think, at least from what they've said of the situation, that he was with his parents, and then he stepped away and he was gone for 30 minutes, and his mom said, well, where is he? Like, there wasn't like any foul play detected whatsoever.
No.
It was just, this was an unfortunate thing that happened.
Yes.
And now the family,
tragic.
It's tragic, and the family is just grieving and processing it. But everyone,
and instead of being allowed to grieve and process it, now they're having to say, oh, now he's being drugged through as if he has something to do with Kate Middleton's disappearance.
It's crazy.
And all this other stuff.
Oh, what was with the bruises on the neck?
And then supposedly, then people are like, oh my gosh, maybe it's a domestic violence situation. Oh, maybe Prince William beat up Kate so much that she had to have facial reconstruction surgery, and she's beating him, and there's bruises on. Y'all, these bruises on his neck pictures, he had so many pictures taken of him that day, and the bruises are not on the neck in all the other pictures, but this one picture, which was clearly doctored. But people are propping that up as truth. And what I was saying yesterday in my stories is, if you're going to at least go down all these rabbit holes and the conspiracy theories and everything, and I understand how that can be enjoyable and fun to lots of people.
Sure.
But if you're going to do that, hop over to Google.
Yeah.
Just hop over there. You're on your phone anyway. Just a little a little thumb tap.
A little thumb tap.
Yep, a little thumb tap. Boop, boop. And go over there and just a light search will get you answers like the Mother's Day picture. So this is what happened.
Okay, the Mother's Day.
All that happens.
Yes.
And there's this fever pitch of people going, where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
Yes.
And the palace is saying, we already said that there's nothing going on, and there's nothing to report, and we said Easter, and we would like you to respect it.
Yes.
Well, on Mother's Day, this was a miss, okay? I'll admit that.
It was a miss.
On Mother's Day, Kate, on her official Instagram, posted this picture, her and the three kids, and William. In the caption, it says, William took the picture.
Yeah.
They are at Adelaide Cottage, where they live.
Okay.
And happy Mother's Day. What blew a lot of people's minds is that's Mother's Day in the UK.
Yeah, people were stunned by that.
They're like, and they're lying about it being Mother's Day.
We're like, the world does not revolve around the United States.
We have different Mother's Day, you fools. And they're lying. It's not even Mother's Day. They think we're so stupid.
They don't even celebrate Thanksgiving.
I'm like, y'all, get off the internet. If that's what you came with as the big glaring lie here. Okay, so they released this Mother's Day photo, and right away, and everyone shares it, the Gettys and the APs and all the people. And then people started to look very closely at it because she wasn't wearing her ring. She wasn't wearing her rings. Now, I don't wear my rings at home.
Yeah, you don't. I do. I just never take mine off. But my mom takes hers off. Like, I know plenty of people that do.
I never wear my rings at home for the most part. And so I was like, yeah, well, she's at home. Or you've just had surgery. Maybe your hands are swollen. Or maybe they're smaller. Maybe you've lost a ton of weight.
Yes.
And that's an important ring. It can't just go falling off of your hand.
No.
I held that hand in my hand.
Yeah.
I touched the ring.
Her hand in yours.
Her hand in mine. Wind chime. This was us. And trust me, I tried to slip it off. No, I'm just I'm just kidding. But it's a very important ring. It cannot go missing. I can see if you can't get it on due to swelling or it's become too loose that you're just not wearing it at home.
No.
But because people were zooming in on that, and like we had said last episode, people would be looking at every picture.
Yeah.
At least.
We said it. We knew.
We
said the first picture that comes out is going to be under that microscope and everybody's going to pick it apart.
The monocles are on.
The monocles are on.
And people are looking, and sure enough, they're like, where's the ring? Well, then as they are looking even closer,
they're zooming in.
Charlotte's sweater, you could see, kind of didn't line up in one part.
Yep.
There was a little bit of a crack on a piece of wood behind Louie's foot.
Yep.
People were saying like, oh, his hands are so botched. You can't cross your middle finger over your ring finger and bend your pointer.
No. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. And kids do
and
stuff
kids
like this
do
all the time.
Stuff like him standing like that. I was like, that's totally something a kid his age would do.
Such a kid thing.
Just kind of like,
yeah.
That's what kids do.
Yep. And like other things like
his sweater. Somebody said the sweater wasn't lining up.
Yeah.
There were just some inconsistencies with the photo.
Something with Kate's face, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So then people started going wild about this because they put a kill notice out.
Yeah, they did.
They put a kill notice out, and a kill notice is pretty important. A kill notice means like, hey, we need to remove this picture because we believe it's been photoshopped and we can't prove the authenticity of it. The kill notice was bad.
Yeah.
Again, admitted. I'm saying there was a misstep here.
Yeah, that wasn't
right?
good. That wasn't good.
Okay. So Kate comes out the next day and says, like most amateur photographers, I mess around in Photoshop and obviously didn't do a great job.
Ugh.
Didn't do a great job. And then people are like, Kate didn't write that. There's no way Kate wrote that. Y'all, what I'm saying is this. It has now, so then what happened after all of this is people were like, hey, anyone can see the metadata on a photograph that's put out.
Yeah.
So here's the metadata. Now, these are independent people going through and improving the metadata because people were starting to say that a picture of Kate from the cover of Variety in 2016, we're talking 8 years ago.
Yes, I saw
They're
that.
saying that her face was just moved from the Variety magazine and they were putting them next to each other as if a woman's face isn't the same.
Well, that's what I was confused about. They were like, they put her face here on this photo and it looks exactly the same. And I'm like, but it's her.
It's her face.
It's her face. So of course it's going to look like her.
Correct.
That doesn't make any sense.
That wasn't like a whistleblower for me.
No.
But also, the metadata would show that. So then here comes out all these agencies saying, we have looked at the metadata on this photo.
Yeah.
What we can say is that it was photoshopped on the 8th and the 9th of March.
Oh, they can see the dates?
That it was even moved into Photoshop. But that it would have, if the Variety cover was moved onto her face, the metadata would show that.
And it wasn't.
It was not.
Okay, great. So that is her head.
They also proved on the metadata that it was taken at Adelaide Cottage.
Oh.
They can see where it was taken. They knew the make of the camera. They knew the width of the lens. They knew everything about this photo.
I am shook. I did not know that this could even be done.
Yes.
This is amazing.
You know how I found all this out?
What?
During the Depp Heard trial. They talked about the metadata on the images. All the time.
So to see the date, see the camera, see the location, see if it's been manipulated, that's awesome.
It's all in the metadata. The only thing that they couldn't say is when it was actually taken, but they could say, because again, all the super sleuths on TikTok were saying, this was taken at the baby bank. They're wearing some of the same clothing at the baby bank. And so that's when they're just piecing this picture together. Then they move the face from the Variety cover. And so what they said is, we can't tell the date it was taken, but we can tell you that it was taken at Adelaide Cottage.
And that it was put into Photoshop.
That it was put into Photoshop on these dates, and that would track, because they said, we took this picture last week here at home. Then it was moved into Photoshop. Then 2 big edits were made.
I mean, I saw people saying, was this the nanny's body?
Yeah, no.
The nanny's body.
Well, I've seen the nanny. It's not her body.
They were analyzing the fingers.
Oh, yeah, the fingers.
Remember, they said Kate's pointer finger is longer than the one shown in the photo.
The right hand around Louis was blurry and pixelated, but I was like, I just thought maybe she was tickling him to make him smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what they're saying is, for the people who are saying these were pictures taken at the baby bank and moved over, and this was her Variety cover face moved over, the metadata has disproven both of those things are just not true. So if they're not true, then we have to assume that they were taken there, and the metadata said it was taken here at Adelaide College. Like,
wow.
Y'all, Louie's missing a tooth. That just happened. Like, you have to at some point say, all right, yes, this theory did seem plausible at least. Yes, when I was watching this being moved, yes. But now that the metadata is out, you have to say the metadata is the metadata.
Yeah.
You cannot finagle that.
And poor Kate. I mean, let's say all this comes out and it's just exactly what we've been told from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Poor Kate is like, I was just trying to clean up an image of me and my children for like a nice Mother's Day picture that's going to be shared globally.
Yep.
And she got, caught in a way.
And don't y'all think that she knew that it was going to be hyper-analyzed? She thought that she actually did a really good photoshopping job.
I know.
Photoshopping job. Photoshopping job. I posted a meme on our All That to Say page that was like, Kate's been missing because she's been getting a degree in graphic design, and she was really proud to show you it. And now look.
Poor Kate.
Okay, so that's the Mother's Day photo. So then they didn't remove it. She's like, okay, yeah, so I did a bad photoshopping job. I think she was just piecing together, like, this is Louie's best smile.
Yeah.
This was Charlotte's best smile.
Morgan Amanda did that for us with our family photos. She was moving Lachlan's head off of this photo and onto that photo so that we could have the best family picture. This is what photographers do.
Half of y'all's Christmas cards have done this. And now you're acting shocked that Kate tried to do it on a Mother's Day photo?
That's right.
I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that then spiraled out of control too.
That was...
But no one has released the metadata. No one's... Now, I went and Googled it.
You found it.
Yeah, of course I did. It's in Variety magazine because they were like, we want to make sure people realize that this picture from Variety did not get moved onto her face. That's not what this was.
So they're stepping up and being like, hey, don't drag us into this. Yeah. We have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
Interesting. Okay.
But they and Harper's Bazaar put out an article about it. Like, everyone has tried to put out an article saying the metadata is showing this, metadata is showing this, but no one will listen to it because the salacious story is so much better.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so then came the car picture.
Yeah.
Okay, then came the car picture where Prince William and Kate are sitting in the back of a car. He is on his way to something for like Commonwealth Day, and she is on the way to a private appointment.
Okay.
That's what they said, and again, that's what I believe to be true because he went to the Commonwealth Day thing, and I assume she went to I wasn't there for the private appointment.
Wasn't with Dr. Miller?
No, but I assume that's where she was. And so people said, well, of course her face is turned away.
Yeah.
Of course her face is turned away so we can't see it. And it looked like the bun in the profile was the same picture from another previous appearance that she had.
I saw that.
And they're like moving it over once again. And the big giveaway here, in quotation marks, is that the brick behind her is one form of brick.
Yeah, like a certain brick pattern that's
brick
very
with white mortar.
Horizontal with white mortar.
And the brick above the car is red brick with red mortar.
And it's kind of at a diagonal.
Yes.
So it looks like it doesn't match.
It looks like it doesn't match.
So wait, did you get to the bottom of that?
Sure did.
Tell me.
I go to the picture. I see the picture posted, of course, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we get to see her. Yay, yay, yay. And I see that Goff Agency is the agency. It says it right underneath, Goff Agency. And I know that they are a multi-decade-long agency that takes pictures of the royals all the time.
Okay.
They have some famous pictures out there that you would be like, oh, I know that picture.
Okay.
That's Goff Agency.
Goff Agency.
Okay. So Goff Agency. So I Google Goff Agency, and I just want to see if they have said anything about this.
Yes.
Because if they're the one being attributed for taking the picture.
That's true. They took the picture.
Then they must have metadata too.
Yes.
So I go to it, and of course I find all these articles saying, I am the photographer. I am coming out and speaking about this. He spoke with Harper's Bazaar, I believe, and said, I myself took that picture. Here it is. I didn't even realize. I just thought I was getting a picture of Prince William until I looked at like my viewfinder to see if I caught the shot. I didn't even realize that Kate was in the car with him. I knew that he was coming out for Commonwealth Day. I was posted up, not outside the palace, but down the road, so they wouldn't expect to see me. And I was shocked when I looked, and I was like, "That's Catherine."
Oh my
her in there.
gosh.
So he was very excited about that.
So
He's
this
like,
has not been manipulated.
He's like, I'm getting the first photo.
Yeah.
He feels like he's getting the first shot, so he's very excited about it. So he says, like, not only do I know that that's her in the car, but here's the Google image of the exact place I was standing.
Oh.
So anybody can go to this Google image right this second, and you will see that there is a brick wall, and then there is a building behind it. And the brick wall has the white mortar, and the building behind it has the red, and that's exactly what it shows in the picture. Like, he's proven it. He has said, I'm the photographer. I'm putting my neck on the line. This is my reputation.
Okay, this is so interesting because as someone, for me, I'm just, what's being fed to me is the conspiracies and the crazy and the matching of the faces and the brick.
Yep.
I had not seen your stories.
Yeah.
So I have not heard anybody coming out and saying, no, this has been verified. Here's the metadata. Here's the geolocation.
Yep.
Here's the Google image. Like, I have not heard anybody
Because no one wants
clearing
to
this
look
up.
for that.
No one's clearing it.
And I don't have the bandwidth to continue to clear up every single thing, even though maybe that's the stance I should have taken. I should have said, here's the theory, here's me disproving it.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's coming so fast, and I have other things to do in my life that I don't have it all. But what I know is I can Google Goff agency, see if anything's been said. The guy has said this. Now, further, let's take it one step further. If this image had truly been doctored, and they had proved it, wouldn't there be another kill notice?
Oh.
But what hasn't happened?
A kill notice. You're right.
So
it's not been doctored.
So let's say
no.
that it's not been doctored because there'd be another kill notice on it. So that's her, right? We've verified now all the metadata and all the people and all the photographers and all the independent agencies that have run it through the rigmarole have proven that that's her. So she is alive.
She's alive.
She's not kidnapped.
No, it's not a body double.
So if all of that's been proven, then why are we still searching for a missing princess?
I don't know. I'm so confused how we got here.
And if all of that,
what is happening?
Maybe she is just recovering from something, and all she asked for was a little bit of privacy. And then people say, but the taxpayers, they deserve this. They deserve to know. And once again, we did go over this when we covered Spare as well, that the average taxpayer spends less than a pint of beer per year to fund the monarchy. That's quotation marks. So we're talking about 5 pounds.
That's right.
Does 5 pounds mean you get a woman recovering from surgery propped up in front of you to say, you owe me something?
No.
5 pounds? Like, I need people to stop saying that the taxpayers fund the monarchy. I need y'all to realize that that's just categorically false.
Yes.
The monarchy is rich. The monarchy owns all the land.
Yes.
The monarchy owns all the jewels and all the things. And so they are independently wealthy. They were wealthy before the people paying in. They're going to be wealthy after the,
yes.
Even if there's a break, right?
Yeah.
If people decide we don't want to do this anymore, which they've never voted that.
No, they don't. They like it.
They like it.
It brings in all the monies.
So the tourism and everything that it brings in is worth it to them. They see the trade out. 5 pounds a year, but I get 1 million people stopping by my store during the coronation, probably going to pan out for me.
Yeah.
So they're not owed anything. And the Brits are not the ones leading this charge anyway.
That's true.
It's the crazy TikTok Americans.
Which TikTok might be banned soon.
It's leading the charge here, and the Brits don't even care, so you don't need to. Because ultimately, she was in the car. There wasn't a kill notice. Kate is not missing. Let it go. Like another famous princess said, let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore.
You guys, I think we've cleared up a lot here today.
I hope so.
And
I hope so.
I hope that this goes viral. Not selfishly. I just hope that we can inform the youths of America and anybody else who's gotten wrapped up in this. And honestly, I feel for Kate that when she does finally have her moment to step out in public.
And she might use it. And that's the other thing. If people could have just relaxed about this and given her the time, she might have come out after the whole thing and said, here's what I went through. I want to bring some awareness to this.
Sure.
I ended up having a colonoscopy. It showed some very serious things, and it was a hurry up and let's figure this thing out kind of moment. And I was just coming to grips with everything, and I didn't know how to digest it all. Pun intended. And to get used to the bag and this and that. And I'm just saying, like, maybe that's all it. But now I would be like, you are not owed anything from me.
Right.
Look at what has been done here.
Yes. Y'all don't get to know anything.
You don't get to know anything. And I think that the press is approaching this all wrong. And I think that when you want access to someone, digging into every single thing that they're doing wrong is not the way to gain access to them.
Yes.
I don't know. I think that this is not the right way to do it. Do I believe that William has beaten her? No, I don't.
No.
One, I just don't think that that's who he is. But number two, they are never alone.
I know. When do you guys think that he has time to beat her, or he's running around having all the affairs, or she's off with somebody? Like, they not only have 3 children and stay very, very busy all the time, but there's constantly people around them.
And I know people are going to say, well, Charles had time to have an affair. It was documented and known. Diana knew about it.
Yes.
She had all of the facts. She knew exactly what was happening. It was happening before they got together. It was happening the whole time during their marriage.
Yes.
She knew about all of that. And maybe you can say the same for Kate. Well, yeah, Kate just knows all that. I don't think Kate is doing that.
No.
I don't think that she's into that. And I don't think that William, watching what his mother went through, would then do that to his wife.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I do think that they are not alone enough for this huge, like, brawls to be happening constantly.
No.
I don't know. That doesn't track for me, but I don't think that that's who he is as a person. I don't think that that's who Kate is as a person. The Lady Rose, and William's having an affair with Lady Rose, and she's pregnant now, and
Iris is his daughter, and she's going to take the throne, and we're going to switch over from the House of Windsor to this or that. I'm like, what?
No. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of it. I don't believe that Thomas Kingston's connected with it. I agree with House and Habit about a lot of things. Jessica's my girl. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
But here in the Kate stuff, I'm like, I understand she's just trying to present every theory because that's what she does.
That's what she does. And she likes something that's juicy.
She does. And I get that. I really do. I get that. But I do appreciate that at least at the end of her Substack, she's like, or she had surgery and is just recovering. And she's laying it all out. But what's just annoying me is at least Jessica gives a shit, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
At least she cares about the royal family. And
she always has.
She's a Queen Elizabeth stan,
yes.
Much like myself. She has loved her forever. She was in London for the coronation. That's where I saw her again. All of that. So at least I'm like, Jessica cares.
Yes.
She cares about this, and she wants to get to the bottom of it because she cares. It's all the other people who don't care, who have never once spent a minute on the royal family.
Jumping on it.
Yeah. That annoys me. But again, hate the player, not the game. Hate the game, not the player.
Hate it all.
So that's our KATEGATE 911.
KATEGATE update.
KATEGATE update.
Cheers.
Obviously to be continued.
Obviously.